Alright, hello, and we are back. It's the end of the season, ends in a couple days. It's Friday, it ends in 2 days. And I'll just make a couple final pushes here, test out a couple builds. This season was kind of blah for me. The whole idea of the shards was really good, but the fact that you could use them to augment your items kind of just really shortened the season, at least for me. Because normally, you know, you have to level up legendary gems, and you have to work kind of hard to get those legendary gems leveled up, and then you use the legendary gems to augment. But this season, there were so many of these shards that dropped, and the embers that level them up and so forth, that and you, when you augment with these, you get, you know, level 125. So the only challenge was finding the items, and that really wasn't much of a challenge. It's like once I got these all leveled up to this level, what else is there really to do? And my friend, he was just farming Nephalem rifts and bounties to get items, because I guess those are the best ways to actually get random drops and stuff. That's just so boring for me. There's no challenge. The only challenge is the greater rifts, but there's no point in doing the greater rifts if you've already maxed out your legendary gems. So. I didn't really play all that much. I mean, I did tiny little bit, just off camera, not really doing all that much. I started up a necromancer and a witch doctor. I think I put those on camera now that I think about it, but just hacking around once or twice with that friend of mine. He played a whole bunch of different classes this season, which, hey, I tip my hat off to him if he likes doing that. I really didn't care for that. Next season is looking pretty good. Next season, they've got a new... Well, alright, I'll take that back. I don't really know, but they got a new type of... It's almost a greater rift, I guess, where I guess it's just going to get progressively harder and harder and harder. And then once, I guess, it ends, you get a... And this could be bad also, but you get something to augment your items based upon how well you did. So that could also turn out to be another thing that ends the season early. But I think the thing that I really didn't like is this season, and I think that's going to just take me away from the wizard at all, is fishing builds for the wizard. Basically, it's any build that seems to involve black hole with spell steal. You get an extra 3% increased damage for 5 seconds. Reach enemy hit. I don't know. It just seems like those builds, what they do is they fish for maps with lots of creatures, so their black hole affects lots of creatures, and they get big bonuses. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just not interested in that. So next season, I'm probably gonna be playing the necromancer. Necromancer seems like it's got 3 builds that are gonna be relatively close together. Doesn't look like they're gonna make any changes to necromancer. No shards. They're not exactly the same, but I haven't played the Corpse Explosion nor very much of the Rathma. Corpse Explosion, Rathma, and I think Bone Spear are going to be probably the 3 builds to play next season, though. We'll see how it goes. So this season, just to wrap it up, there's 2 versions of Firebirds that I'm going to be just pushing to see how well I can do. This here is one. It's based off of Explosive Blast. You basically channel Disintegrate, and while you're channeling, you're casting your Explosive Blast, which is triggering your... triggering the... Let me take this. I can't. Which is triggering the Firebird's effect. And I'm using Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac to be able to cast this much more often. Every time I hit, it shaves 1 second off of the cooldown. I've also got Captain Crimson on, so even more cooldown. I've got, is it 50? I got 43% cooldown. But I had something better than that. Oh, okay. I was going to use Evocation for another 20%, but instead I'm going with Conflagration for an extra 6% to my critical hit to help me trigger this more often. This Remnant of Pain. This did not perform. I tested this out before. It did not perform as well as my other Firebirds, which instead of being based off of channeling Death Wish, instead it's just based off of attacking really fast to trigger the Firebird's effect much more often. This one, you're triggering it less often, a lot less often, but it's with that 325% Death Wish channel damage, or in this case 320%. So I'll just test the two out. I've augmented everything I could. I used all of my various spare shards. I had 23 I had 69 yellow of the highest yellow gems to be able to augment with, so that allowed me to augment 23 items. So I've augmented as much as I could. I've got a couple of primals. I'm also going to be doing my my Hydra. I'm gonna make one last push with that because I think I got a couple of new items for that, or at least one item for that, or maybe I just augmented a couple items. Probably won't get anything much higher. Hydra is my favorite build. Firebirds would have been good if it just did a little bit more damage, or if I didn't mind playing a fishing build and using Black Hole Spell Steal, but I don't know about it. Alright, so first before I do anything, I'm going to go grab some keystones. I want to try and get about 50, I think, or so. And I've got my Gold Find build on. I'm going to be using this version of Firebirds. Just so I can get used to the effect of, or the way that it's played. This here is really the only one that I'm not really comfortable with using this familiar. It's just going to be an extra 10% damage. But I don't want to use anything with a cooldown, because then that'll get in the way of my Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac and I won't be able to cast this as much. And I don't want to use anything with a big casting cost, because then I've had a tendency with this build to run out of arcane power. And I've got quite a few things which I'm not even sure if they're needed or not. I'll find out. I got reduce all resource costs. This version of Death Wish is not that great. I wish I had a better version of it, but it is what it is. It's pretty good damage. That 320% damage is pretty good, but the lightning damage for its base damage is on the low end. But you know, if it seems like I'm not going to have any problem with resource costs, I will change that reduce all resource costs by 9%. I'll change that out. It's not a complete waste because it's adding to my defense because of Captain Crimson, but still it's not helping out my offense too much. And I was using, when I tested out before, I believe I was using Bane of the Stricken. I'm going to give this one a try instead. This swiftness with every attack, increasing my attack speed 1%, dodge 1%, cooldown reduction 1%. All those things will help me out. I just never see very much of a benefit from this unless if I'm doing something which attacks a lot. So, like for my other Firebirds build, it works out great because I attack a lot with that one. But this one, I just don't attack all that much. So, I don't know why I would want to use this other than for the Rift Guardian. Maybe something a little more defensive. We'll see how it goes. But I've got an extra life for the Firebirds. I've got an extra life for my my little helper there. I'm not using my extra life from here because I figured those two should be enough to help me out. I'm not using Halo of Karini. Instead, I'm going with ice armor. With the extra bonus to armor when getting hit by a melee attack. Obviously nowhere near as good as Halo Karini, but Halo Karini, you know, I gotta keep... Basically, the biggest problem with Halo Karini with this build is this is a channeling build. And I want to just continuously channel. If I've got to keep running away to get some distance to activate my Halo of Karini and then run back to start with the explosive blast, every time I do that, I'm taking myself out of the channeling, and I'm losing all of that channeling damage, at least for that 1 second. So I want something where I can basically...
These old things are becoming so small.
Where I can basically just stand there and just attack. And that's why maybe this one would actually be better. 20% armor, 10% damage, 20% all resistances. I did have this one. I did have this one, or maybe I had elemental exposure. Yeah, I want to be able to just stand there and not lose that channeling. Just go with that one. So I want a little bit of extra defense when I'm just standing there. Alright, let's go get some keystones. I got my heat on. I'm going to shut that off in a minute. It's getting cold in here. In fact, let me just shut it off right now. Maybe I'll turn it back on afterwards. It might come back on in a minute. Some keystones. I'll test out this build, and then I'll test out the other Firebirds build. Maybe I'll even do a Delseer or a Energy Twister, and then finally finish off with Typhon.
The thing about being good and righteous.
The thing about being good and righteous now sounds completely dumb. Oh yeah, this is my... I should also say that this is my farming build right now. So I've got the Nagel Ring, Kimbo's Gold. So that way I've got her with Death Breath and Nagel Ring. So I can, if I need any of that Death Breath or anything like that, I'll have the extra ones from her. So I got 32% gold find, 60% magic find. And just to get me a little extra gold and stuff.
You dare attack me?
One thing I'm going to be trying to pay attention to is just how much I've got this. Got the Wand of Woe on, which I don't know if the additional blasts are gonna trigger.
Need more time. I'm unstoppable.
Firebird's effect an additional time. I kind of don't think that they will, but...
Didn't see that coming. Need more time. Not ready yet.
Alright, that map was horrible.
Still waiting. Not ready yet.
Fly!
Need more time. Still waiting. I'm so good, I astound myself.
Come on. Come on.
Need more time. I'm so good, I astound myself.
Oh, one escape. Must have missed it. Over here.
Still waiting. Not ready yet. Didn't see that coming, did we? Need more time. Not ready yet. Still waiting. Didn't see that coming, did you? Not ready yet.
Realize I'm not actually using this the way I'm supposed to be using it.
Still waiting. Need more time. How does that
So that build is a channeling build, though I was not using it at all the way I'm going to be using it in the Greater Rift, I guess. Maybe I could just
Ancients would be proud.
fix that up. Stop doing that.
You look like you could use a new item of, indeterminate usefulness.
I'm not sure what item I need. Firebird's Ancient Legendary Boots. Ancient Legendary Shoulders. Ancient Legendary Gloves. How about for my other builds? Okay, gloves, boots. This one I needed a helmet. I guess I'll just go with boots. It's really the only thing that I guess I'm kind of missing. I guess I don't have any ancient legendary boots for Veers. Not that I'm going to be doing much with Veers, but we should go boots.
Fate smiles on you today. Lucky you. What?
I can't pick
I
up
didn't even
anything
know
else.
I had that thing.
Really don't need anything else. And let's put these here for now. Just gonna... Deathly afraid of transmuting something I don't want to transmute.
Are you strong enough to survive the trial?
If the extra blast I get from Wand of Woe works,
Time to get moved?
then I'll keep it. But if not, I'll just go back to the furnace.
We need more time. Still waiting. Unstoppable.
yes. Keep calm and dairy on, I always say. Yes, kowtow to no one.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one before.
Need more time.
Can I do that? Can I move and keep the channeling going? Is that possible?
Rot here forever.
Can I do that? Does that work? Anybody know?
Didn't see that coming, did you? Not ready yet.
Does that work?
Not ready yet.
I don't know whether I'm keeping my death touch bonus by doing that. Kind of interesting. Let's teleport everywhere.
Need more time.
If this works, I wouldn't even need that particular shard I've got in my helmet.
See me now. Not ready yet.
Now this concept only works if I'm not losing my Death Wish 325%. You know, if it's costing me a second each time. And unfortunately, it doesn't. There's no indicator to tell me when I'm getting that Death Wish bonus. The only thing I can do is test it out on some zombies and see if I'm getting triple damage after I teleport.
The Rift Guardian has arrived.
Not ready yet. I need to go back.
I don't even know why we wanna. I mean, if that works, I just do it that way from now on. And this, I don't have to run anywhere. I just teleport everywhere. Like I said, if it's causing me to lose my Death Wish bonus for 1 second every time, and I do it, then it's worth it.
Anything could happen.
But if it works, if I keep my Death Wish bonus, if the teleport does not interrupt my channeling for Death Wish, then I could get rid of the Shard of Hatred. The only reason why I have this is for the increased movement speed. Go with something different. Boots.
What a steal. Wow,
My bags are
isn't
full.
that nice?
I think I've already got enough shards. I don't think I'll need any more. Maybe critical hit ones, but I think I got enough critical hit ones. I don't think I'll need any more. Wonder if it's worth testing this out on zombies. It probably is.
The grace light your path.
Let's dismiss her. Take off that. Take off that. Take off that. I just want to see if I'm losing my Death Wish bonus. Take off that. Keep that on. Alright, I'm going to test out two things. Number one, I'm going to test out Death Wish with teleport. put in a defensive one. So when I test things out, let me start up a new recording. Hold on a second.